Ooh, there we go. Catch me in. It's interesting. It goes live there. You have no choice, right? So you're in the middle of a burp there. Good dawning and welcome to. Pardon me. Good dawning with Mr. Floyd here, and my name's Josh, and welcome. We channel Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, and do this Monday through Friday. We are at home as it is cloudy and gross and drizzly. So we are home today. Should be, well, maybe tomorrow it's raining too. Who knows? It's supposed to. And we got our coffee done just in time. We just poured the cup of coffee and sat down. So there we go. Good dawning. Let's use in the chat. Willow, good dawning. And anytime after good dawning is fine to call. I'm going to go from here. I got to go to Boulder and run some errands and what not. I had my bike service. The weirdest thing ever. I had my bike serviced. I hadn't ridden my bike in years, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm on the other side of the veil, so to speak. Like, life is lightening up, so I'm going to ride my bike. And they didn't put the caps. I picked the bike up and brought it home. Didn't even notice. There's no caps on my tires. I'm like, you don't want to ride a Presta valve bike. Little valves that you have to unscrew. You don't want to ride without a tire cap. So nonetheless, to go back to the bike shop and be like, hey, could you give me some tire caps? I ordered some from Amazon, but the second order I've ever had disappear from Amazon, including the truck, disappeared yesterday, which was really weird. I was like, 4 stops away. You get that notification. Hey, you're 4 stops away. And then I went and looked, and it said, we've lost signal with your truck. And I guess they never found it because it still says we've lost signal with your truck. So who knows? I hope the driver's safe. It didn't end up zipped off into some alien lifted off his truck. Who knows? You know. But nonetheless, yeah. So how are you doing on this retrograde kind of day there? Let's see what we got in the chat here. Laura and Willow and Helene. Yanksy, good dawning. And we follow up, Yanksy. So I will email you later this week, and we'll set up something for next week or the following week, because we were going to do a follow up towards the end of the month. And I need to keep a book or a journal with those things, to be honest. Good dawning, Fatima and Millie. All right. Anybody else who's hiding out in the chat there? Welcome, and like if maybe my neighbor Dave or people I used to work with. You know, if you ever start a YouTube channel, keep it quiet at work. That's what I'll say. If I get a new job or something in the future, you don't tell people. Don't tell people you have a YouTube channel, per se. Just let them find it naturally, or don't find it at all. Sounds good. Ready for follow up. Awesome. But you're doing awesome anyway. So you gotta grab my watch. Grab you got a new dog and amazing stuff. And hopefully, if you didn't notice, Adam Bernstein from the Medium channel. He's not always on here, but Adam Bernstein, who's a big wind in the sail here for this channel, sent an email for his. So if you don't have it, you can just send me an email and I'll send it to you, Mr. Floyd Channelings, or put it in the chat and I'll send it to you. But for its October retreat, so maybe we'll finally get to meet you, Yanksy. And that's Millie and Laura, if you end up going. But if you don't wait till October, I found airline tickets are only $137 to JFK, so that's cheap. Waiting to hear a few things on shifting my universe, but it looks like I actually may be able to attend this. $444 for the retreat itself, but blessed. You know, it's all about energetics again. So if you come at it with the energetics of, oof, I got to come up with $444 for an airline ticket, or you can come up with the energetics of that's only $444. The summer one, I came up with the energetics of, ooh, it's $444 and an airline ticket. I didn't go. With this one, it's all about your energetics and how you present the presenting energetics to whatever you're doing, right? So in this case, then, if I get the email for Adam's new retreat in October, which we kind of thought was in Hawaii, but he'd mentioned Hawaii at some point, but I guess not, which is fine. It's a lot easier to get to New York than Hawaii. So I see the retreat, and I'm like, okay, this time, because you're in control of your own energetics, I went, okay, it's doable, and didn't say anything else, and just walked away. So it's really about how you see your energetics. And I took a shower, but didn't put my fluorite back on, my green, or my purple fluorite point back on. So there we go. But so it's all about how you see the energetics in your universe. So if you're getting an email saying, hey, you can go to this retreat, but you're going to cough up like $600. You can immediately be like, whoa, how the hell is that going to happen? Or you can be like, all right, I let go. I guess it'll happen, and just trust. Warning, if this broadcast is not close within 5 minutes, this channel will be, well, okay, whatever. You know, I love it. I love watching these guys pop up because it tells you one thing, two things really. A, they're not grounded. So if you're dissing a channel, so if you're coming in and dissing, and I haven't figured out yet, and if you know how, send me an email to like, I guess my channel's too small that I can't control the chat. Like, I don't know how to set the chat up, or I haven't figured out. And I don't know how. I just don't have the information yet on how to set the chat up to block people who aren't like members or like subscribed or what have you. So if you know how to do that in YouTube, let me know. But I've been banging around trying to figure that one out too. Good dawning, Bonnie. How are you? I will help. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we'll talk on the phone. Figure that out. I don't mind watching them because, I mean, honestly, I don't care. I used to be like, moderator, turn on subscriber only, send messages. Oh, okay, cool. All right, that works. Sounds good to me. Good dawning, Ellie. So now if you want to be a chat, somebody figured it out. I didn't. Thank you. I'm assuming that's Willow there. And I appreciate that. But yeah, so nonetheless, looking at those in the chat, it's kind of fun because it's like they're not grounded. They don't know what's going on, and what they're dissing is they don't even know what they're dissing. So, you know, if you want to diss stuff, pre-diss stuff that you don't know in your universe, more power to you. Not my universe, but I'll see you back around on the dark side of the moon, so to speak. All right, so what we've been doing is cord cutting and working with Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain and Isis in our pyramids of protection. Yesterday we got into our pyramids. Today we're going to cut some cords, and it's your choice. Oh, perfect. Thanks, guys. All right, so it's your choice as what to cut. So we're cutting energetics today, and we're going to take 15 seconds. It takes about a minute, but 15 seconds of grounding, a minute to get it started here, to see what we've stuck to the wall. We're doing that every day. Dr. Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, all of them will tell you 15 seconds. If you can hold space and feel, you can't just hold space. You have to do both. If you can feel into what you want and hold space energetically for that for 15 seconds on generally a daily basis, it's all it takes to shift your inner energetics towards what you want. It's really just that simple. I can get angry at these people. Can you imagine if you had nothing better to do with yourself? It's, you know, is it sad? Yeah, I guess, I mean, it is. I just look at it as more pathetic. It's just like, really let people, you haven't evolved enough yet to let people do whatever they're choosing to do. And if we were sitting here spouting whatever, it shouldn't matter to whomever. If you're into it, you watch it. If not, you just move on. I didn't watch certain events last night on the 3 broadcast networks because I'm not into what was going on. So with the beginning of the letter D and ending with a C, I didn't watch it because it's just not, but I'm not going to sit there and throw spat on a YouTube channel and about it on that because I got better things to do. You know, if you're not building your universe and you don't know that you're here to build your universe, you're going to try to tear down everyone who is. There's one way to look at it. But anyways, energetics. So we're going to go look at what we slapped on the wall there, our intentional project. If you're new here, first off, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for when I go live. But what we've been doing is, if you're first time you've seen Mr. Floyd here, in order to create your universe, it has to come from inside your soul. So we're visualizing what we want. We put it on our wall, like a picture, like a frame, like a painting, or like a poster to our wall. And then we take 15 seconds each dawning to visualize it. So we ground into what we want to see in our universe. Our drop date for 90 days would have been like November 10th, 9th, 10th. So even if you joined this channel on the 8th and you started then, you could see results in one day. But nonetheless, a path of 1,000 miles, a journey of 1,000, starts with one manifestation, one energetic flip of the switch, so to speak. Because that's how everything starts. Your journey of 1,000 miles doesn't start with your foot putting your foot in front of the other. It starts with you going, I want to journey 1,000 miles and having an intention to do so, and then grounding into that intention. That's kind of what we're doing here, is we're grounding into that intention of what we want to see in 90 days visually. So if you haven't created that, or if you're new here, it takes 2 seconds. Just pause the video, take a deep breath in, and see what you want in 90 days. If it's $1,000, put it in a frame, stick it to the wall, hold it, see it, and feel it. And imagine yourself 90 days with $1,000 in your hand. Well, it's like 80 days now, 86, 85, 84 days. But either way. All right. So take a deep breath. We're going to take a quick moment and ground into what we have done. So wherever you are, just take a deep breath, have a seat, or stand, or drive, whatever you're doing. If you're driving, don't close your eyes. And visualize what you want in 90 days. You can see it as a picture or a frame, like in a frame, like a painting, or see it like a poster. Or you can see it like a movie if you really want to. But we've been sticking it on our wall, an interior wall of our house. If you can put it on a wall that's familiar to you and you see it kind of like a vision board, but you're doing it inside instead of just having the vision board in front of your eyes, it works better, especially if you can see that inside your home. So like your main home, put it about like on your mantle or behind your couch, put the picture right there and then visualize it. Your body's comfortable in the home, so you can emotionally attach to it a lot better in the home. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, inhale, exhale. If you haven't created anything, pause the video. What do you want in 90 days? Create it and stick the visualization of that on your wall. If you've been with us, take 15 seconds to ground into what you want to see in your universe around November 9th, 10th, 11th. We'll say 11/11. It's just a perfect day. Right? 1/1/1/1. All right. So take a deep breath in. 15 seconds ish. Starting, actually, we'll round it up here because we've been alive for 12 minutes. So there we go. 15 seconds. We're visualizing what we've stuck to our wall. We're feeling it. And we're grounding into what we want for our future. And just like that, 15 seconds. I feel that was 20 seconds, but there we go. All right, so now we're going to cut some cords as well. So in this case, we're going to do intentional cord cutting, but you choose what you want to cut. So whatever energetics are driving you nuts, whatever's going on in your universe, we're going to take 3 minutes and cut some cords. Again, if you're new here, energetics are energetics. What we're doing, if you haven't noticed, it's a real project here. We're clearing our deck, so we're clearing the energetics from us, and we're grounding in brand new. So on a daily basis, again, Monday through Friday, for the most part, we're going to cut cords. And this is all intentional here because we're trying to make change in our universe. And that's what Saint Germain is. That's the reason why we're channeling Saint Germain, is to show you how to create your universe. So we're intentionally going to cut some cords, and that takes all of just visualizing it on the chalkboard. So if you're angry at somebody, just write it on a chalkboard and erase it. If there's a situation in your universe that's going on, you're pissed off at your boss, just imagine your boss, pull the cord out and say, this is my boss's cord. I'm angry. Cut the cord. This is a form of Reiki. You'll see it done all the time with a cutting with a stone or whatever, or you may see intentional or this. They're pulling the cord out. Same difference. We're just doing it on our own and visualizing it. So take a minute, 2 minutes. Well, we said 3, but it'll be about 2 minutes. To center in, take a deep breath in. And if you're new here, it's real simple. We're just, whatever is driving you nuts. So if you had a bad day yesterday, maybe your boss yelled at you, so you're just going to say, all right, I am removing the energetic cords, negative energetic cords from my boss. Him yelling at me yesterday. Pull the cord, cut it, or you can write your boss's name in like 3D, like in your mind, on a chalkboard. Bob yelled at me yesterday. We're just removing those energetics. You have the anger sitting in your field. It's still you still might be a little angry, but even giving energetic dance like we're doing to this makes a humongous difference. If you could see more than 1% of the light spectrum, then you would see that everything's being removed. What's coming out? All right, so take a deep breath in and cut some cords. However you want to do so, we're going to do so. It's for a minute. And chalkboard, cutting cords. All right. So if you're just joining us, we're cutting cords from energetics that we don't want. So anything that you're upset, frustrated, angry about, anything that's in your field that you want out, just imagine it gone. Just cutting that cord. Getting rid of the energy. Before we were pitching it to ISIS way in the beginning there in our pyramid, but now we're empowered to do this on our own. Well, we cut our own cords. All right. We're going to bring in Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain for a channeling and see what we've got. And if you've never seen me channel, I'm a conscious channeler, pretty much. So I can open my eyes, I can coffee, whatever. If it's like 2 a.m. and it's really dark, I can cook. I can do anything channeling. It's really weird. Nonetheless, I wouldn't try driving, but there we go. All right, so I count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good dawning and welcome. Welcome to Good Dawning with Mr. Floyd. Josh, there we go. We are Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, and we are channeling for you through Josh to you today. Welcome. Grateful we are here for you. And we say generally the same thing every day, so you know it says us, that we are here for you. In the dawning, of course. And we are doing our energetic cord cutting, and we are doing our visualization. This is your universe, and everything you do in your universe, everything you are creating in your universe has to be done start from something, right? Energetics. What are you? You are energetics. What is your planet? It is energetics. So what are you doing? You are moving energetics in your universe, and it is Saint Germain's job to help you to be an energetic master. We are going to help you to be the grand alchemist of your energetic universe. And so to do so, we have started move Josh into a project mode. Well, he was kind of dervishing around in the morning, so to speak, in the dawning, but we have grounded him down into a project where we are. And if you are brand new here, you are not maybe in understanding what Saint Germain is guiding everybody to do, so to speak. But what we are guiding to do is to release the garbage from your field. If you've been watching Josh, and we are going to state this, and you can say in the chat, he can read the chat. But if you ever been watching, and I don't know if Millie shut the chat off because the last chat was Bonnie saying hello. So we want to make sure the chat is still going on. But nonetheless, if you are watching this, we are all about energetics. So if you've been watching these videos, your universe might be starting to shift, so to speak. You are finding yourself lighter. You are finding yourself more at peace in your universe. You are seeing where things are more moving forward in your universe. You might even, there we go, the chat is working. Perfect. We are seeing that you are lighter in your frame. Because what we are doing is, when you are like a Hoover vacuum cleaner, and we've said this before, and a lot of things we are repeating because they are extremely important. And we want you to understand that how your energetics work is how your universe shows up. It's how your universe ends up, and how you end up in your universe. What you see, the table that you are sitting at, is it going to be made of mahogany, or is it going to be made of pressboard, so to speak? Based on your decisions, you end up with that table. Be the pressboard table from IKEA or the mahogany table from Ethan Allen Furniture. It is all up to you and your universe and how you are producing your energetics. So if you are angry and frustrated and running around with those energetics in your field, you're going to end up with the pressboard table from IKEA, so to speak. You're not going to be in your frame. You're going to be dervishing through your universe, and what you get in your universe is it's based on the energetics that you allow into your universe. And if you are dervishing in your universe, then you're not going to allow too much in your universe. And you're going to end up with the pressboard table from IKEA versus the mahogany table from Ethan Allen Furniture. It is all up to you and your grand energetics, but we are trying to assist you in your grand energetics by walking you in the good dawning there through these exercises. So if we are cutting cords, right, we are removing energetics, we are moving negative energies from our field. You should feel lighter. Well, no shoulds in your universe, but I would imagine that you feel lighter, that when you get up and walk around in your day, after doing cord cutting, you feel lighter inside. You might burp. This is crazy, but your body might burp, so it's called a body burp. Or if you are in your universe, if you're not totally, well, when you are releasing things, there we go, we'll say it in this manner. If you are releasing things in your universe, out of your frame, right, your energetic field, you might burp. You might find you get a big burp. You are pushing out all that energy. So this is what we are doing here. You are like a Hoover vacuum cleaner. As you walk down the street, you are picking up everybody's energetics. If you lived in New York, you could just standing in one corner, you could pick up 100 people's energetics like that. And so what we are saying is cutting those cards, you might have angry people in your universe. So you're picking up that anger, right? So you friend at your water cooler. So you are standing at the water cooler and there's friends standing there at the water cooler with you. You are going to pick up her energetics. We do not want you to take that home. You've heard this before from Saint Germain and Archangel Raphael. We do not want you to take those energetics home with you. So that's why we are doing the intentional card cutting. And now you can do that anytime in your universe. There's no need to just wait to the good dawning there. And we have said this too. We have a lot of what we are saying is rinse and repeat because you need to understand these things. And they need to get wrote with you. They don't need to, but it is helpful to get wrote with you. So in your universe there, if you are dealing with Fran at the water cooler, you do not have to wait until the good dawning to get rid of Fran, so to speak. You get rid of Fran by saying, Fran, I love you. I need to go take a walk. And then you energetically cut the cards by saying, okay, we are not going to deal with that anymore. So Fran, we are taking the negative energetic cards, Fran, and removing them. We are smoothing out our field. Well, you could even do this, right? Pushing Fran's negative energies out of our field. We look a little weird at work, but you get the idea. It's about, a lot of it is symbolic. But what you are doing is creating to the universe that we are clearing the negatives from her field. You don't want them gunking up your energetic field. If you are trying to manifest something, as we are all doing here, you do not want her energetics Fran's negative energetics to be in your field, so to speak, while you are out and about, because you are going to dampen your own energetic field. I'll say that again. If you are carrying negative energetics, like Fran dissing her children at the water cooler, and you do not remove that, your energetic field is dampened. You are not as bright. You are not carrying as much light. You are not as shiny as you could be, and you are flattened down. So you are like this, and then you see Fran, and you are like this. And then maybe you see Bob, and you are like this. And then you get home, and you are just sitting on the couch all pissed off. Bringing yourself down. That is why we cut the energetics, so to speak. You do not want to carry all those heavy-ass energetics with you. You can, but it is going to slow down your roll, so to speak. You're going to have trouble manifesting in your universe because you're going to be gunked up. You not put sugar in your own gas tank, and this is kind of what you do. By carrying other people's energetics, you are putting, akin to putting sugar in your gas tank. It could bring you to a grinding halt. And if you are standing around really depressed people, if you are at a protest, we'll use a protest, because you will get all kind of crazy energetics. So if you are standing in a protest and you're just walking and you get the energetics of, I got rid of Fran, the old-fashioned way, I retired. There you go. Retire from Fran, and then you do not have to worry about it. That is a good way to get rid of Fran. You don't want to put her head in the water cooler or anything else, per se. Take the water cooler and go, okay, Fran, be quiet, and put the bottle over her head. But you may want to, but no. The best way is to say, Fran, have a nice universe. I'm going to see you later, and walk away. Never see Fran again. But yes, you could put the water cooler on her head, and then she would be like, what? You cannot hear Fran anymore. You would make sure it's empty, of course, but there you go. Cut it around and say, Fran, we love you. Quiet. And she could talk to herself. There's a lot of people in your universe who probably talk to themselves, so to speak. They're like, see ya, walk out the room, and they are still yammering away, so to speak. But we are trying to balance out your energetics, and that's really what this is all about. So while we are clearing on one end, poof, you have open energetics now, right? So we are filling it in 15 seconds to see what you want. In order for your universe to create what you want in your universe, you have to have an intention. So this is what we are starting with, is to ground you in an intention of what you want. These are the basics of manifestation in your universe. You have to first know what you want to have in your universe. Do you want $1 million? Or do you want 1 million pretzels? Or do you want 1 million oyster crackers? What do you want in your universe? Maybe you want to play dominoes. You set up dominoes. You need 1 million dominoes to run around your house and knock them over. Nonetheless, whatever you are wanting to manifest in your universe, and maybe you want a pony or a dog or a cat or something, who knows? In order to get to that, you have to bring it into your frame first. It has to start as energetic. But if you are clogged up and you don't have the rotor man to clean up your energetics, you have to clean that up fast in order to get what you want. So that's what we are starting with here, is cleaning the energetics, not the enter, but the energetics that are blocking you, that would not allow you to create your universe. If you are not in your frame, if you are sitting there energetically angry or whatever, you dervish out every good opportunity that comes to you. So if you're pissed off and Bob has yelled at you about your TPS reports at work, and then you get a phone call about an opportunity to go to a movie, like your wife calls and says, we got free tickets. We are going to go to the movie tonight. It might be a movie you have wanted to see, but if you are right there in the energetics of Bob yelling at you and he's walking away right now, you see Bob walking away, you pick up your desk phone and it's like, oh, hello, honey, how are you? Well, we can go to the movie. You got free tickets? Not tonight. I am just pissed off. You get home, you still might be pissed off, you might not be, but your energetics right then and there. Bob, you allowed Bob to ruin your evening with your spouse. You could have gone to the movie, had a great time. You know what the movie is like. You could have gone in the back row and done crazy stuff, but nonetheless, you allowed Bob to say, no, I'm not going to go to the movie. Now, it may be a movie that you might not want to see, or it may be one of those movies where they're trying to program you, and we'll go into that at another time. If you are watching anything on a rectangle or a square and it's on a screen, even Saint Germain, we are not programming you, but in the same sense, make sure you have discernment because you could be programming. They could be programming you if you're going to the movie. So it may be mentally, it may be the best thing for you not to go to the movie, depending on the movie you are looking to see. But nonetheless, you don't want your energetics of your boss yelling at you to deter you from going to the movie. You want to make that decision intrinsically on your own. You do not need people otherwise in your universe to create your energetics. And that's what we are talking about here. You may not see that, but that is the case. If you are not in control of your universe, somebody else is. And their energetics, Bob, for example, Bob's energetics are going to be in control of your universe. You're going to get that call from your spouse. Hello, welcome to my desk. And you are going to hear that. Let's go to the movies. I got free passes. Jane gave me free passes to the movies. They emailed them to me. She could not go. Let's go to the movies. You're going to say absolutely not because you are pissed off at Bob. Now tonight, when you get home, you may not be as pissed off at Bob and you'll be kicking yourself in the teeth for not going to the free movie. You are allowing those energetics, you are allowing them to stay in your frame, to block your frame, to clog you up, so to speak. And that's what we are talking about. That's why you quit the card immediately. Oh, because you deserve more than that. You may absorb their energetics, but you do not want to carry their energetics, albeit that you are in a happy space, right? You went to work, it's beautiful, you saw birds flying around on your way to work, you had the window down, you listened to Saint Germain, one of the old Saint Germain channelings, and you feel amazing, right? Your universe is absolutely perfect. You get into work and Bob starts yelling at you about your failed TPS report. So you didn't put the cover sheet on your TPS report. At that moment, your energetics are going to shift. You are not going to be happy. You are going to sink. Unless you are very strong in yourself and you're like, fuck you, Bob. In your mind, you're like, Bob, I don't care. I am good. I will fix my TPS reports and go on. Most likely, though, if Bob is your boss, you're going to feel like, oh, shit, I could be fired. What is going on? Is Bob angry? But unless Bob is like always yelling at you. But nonetheless, you do not need to carry those energetics with you. Then you'll be at lunch talking about Bob yelling at you about your TPS reports. And then your wife calls and you don't go to the movies. We are using a lot of the same examples and spinning things around because we really want you to understand that don't see yourself as this, your dense trauma body. You are a ball of energetics. See everything in your universe. And this will be on paper. You will see this at some point. But whether through video or whatnot, but in a different way. But think of everything in your universe as an energetic play, if this makes sense for you. You aren't the director. You are just acting off of the energetics that are coming through you. So let's see what Millie is writing. There's a lot of chatting in here. So we can try to read the chat in channeling, no less. Laura, I also set my intentions and even called my same room. Let's see what we've got here. All right, I got rid of Fran the old-fashioned way. I retired. There you go. That's the best way to get rid of Fran. You don't want to off Fran. What did we do with Fran? She's hiding in a box of TPS reports in the back of the field. Don't want that. All right, so let's see what we've got. Beautiful energy. So what is the energy that is so beautiful? It's like in share. We'll see here. We do not see. All right, the universe is conspiring. It's conspiring in everybody's favor if you see it that way. Because this is your universe, the universe conspires into however you choose to feel. So if you are pissed off at Bob, then your universe is going to conspire for you to be pissed off at yourself, in yourself. If you are laughing at Bob, like, I don't care, you're not going to ruin my day. I will fix my TPS report and I will bring it to your desk. You have the choice in your energetics. So we are saying again, you have a dime. Are you happy? Are you sad? You have $10 at Taco Bell. Are you eating? Or are you upset, that depressed, that all you have is $10? And that's all you can think about. You are not in your presence. You are in the $10. This is what we are getting at. This is all your energetics. So if Bob is yelling at you at the delineation point, and there you go. That would be a great name for a book, The Delineation Point. You have the awesome choice. Your TPS reports suck. Boom, delineation point. Bob, you suck. Bob, okay, I fixed my TPS reports. I know I don't suck. Your procedures might be a pain in the ass, and they may not be the easiest, but I will figure it out, and I will get your TPS reports. So you wouldn't want to say that to Bob. You can say that to yourself, or you could just say, Bob, I love you. No energetics. I will correct. It is up to you. You at the delineation point. The moment after Bob yelled at you, your TPS reports suck. Boom. Of course, if he's saying your reports suck, you could probably take him to HR. But nonetheless, you don't want to get into a battle with your boss. Your boss will generally win. He is the boss for a reason. Nonetheless, you choose the energetics, the delineation point. You see a book on that one day, I swear. The delineation point. You make that choice at that exact moment to either get angry or to be like, all right, I don't care, Bob, that's fine. I will fix it and move on in my universe. Keep that in mind. This is why we are clearing energetics. If you cannot ground into the delineation point and go, I have that choice, you might jump and react. Why? Because your ego was attacked, right? Your TPS reports up. I know I am not my TPS reports. I have nothing to do with the TPS reports. It is just a function I have to create in my universe, right? But if you are hearing your TPS reports suck, you're going to interpret that as Bob saying you suck. The delineation point is, do you eat it and own it, or do you just say, Bob, I got you, and move on in your universe? I love you, Bob, and move on. You have that choice to ground into that, to see that Bob is his own energetics. It has nothing to do with you. He may be angry with you, but you are still you. You are your own frame. You can absorb that anger, or you can just be like, I'll put the wall up. I don't need to feel that. He is the one who is angry. I will just rectify what I need to rectify, but it's not my job to control his anger. You are an understanding of that. If you are an understanding of that, it's Fran. Exactly. If you're understanding of the Fran energies, you do not have to absorb the Fran energies. You can just be like, okay, whatever. You are choosing your energetic delineation point. You choose your energetics. You choose what to ground into. If you look at Bob and go, I love you, Bob, who pissed in your Cheerios today? You deflect the energy. You do not want to say that to your boss. Hey, boss, who pissed in your Cheerios? Why are you cussing at me? Why are you calling my report sucky? You could do that, but I would imagine you'd be walking out the door. But if you can say that, you say it in your head. You never have to repeat things. It's just saying it for yourself, right? Bob's in a space. Back up. I do not need to own that. Recognize the energetics of the people in your universe. I'm not saying you have to be empathic, but recognize their space. If somebody is in an aggravated space, if Bob is aggravated, you are not going to ask Bob for the afternoon off. If Bob is like slamming his phone down, you see him in there pacing in his office, he is yelling at somebody. It's not your best time to walk in there and go, Bob, can I get the afternoon off work? I need to go and whatever. I want to go fishing. Josh had a friend. He got him a job. He went over and looked at the desk one day and he was not there. And he went to his boss and said, what happened? He said, well, the guy that you gave us, your friend there, we'll just leave it at that. Your friend decided in the middle of the shift to just get up and leave. He left a note saying he had gone fishing. So there you go. So don't do that. But nonetheless, I never offered a friend. He just never offered a friend another job. But nonetheless, you don't want to just get up and go fishing, so to speak. You could. That's one way to get rid of the energetics. Is just to say, I'm getting up and going fishing. But if you really want to ask your boss if you could have the afternoon off first, but learn how to read other people's energies first. Do not be going to people in the wrong space and time. If your boss had just yelled at you about your TPS reports, you don't have to own that, but I wouldn't be going to my boss and ask him for a quick raise. Nonetheless, learn your energetics. We are teaching you. It is all an energetic play. You are not moving in 3D. You are moving in 5D. You are moving in the energies of your universe. You're just hauling your frame around. Think of it that way. You are the energy hauling your body around in a dance around other people, in your universe. If you could see it as an energetic play versus in my dense trauma body. Now, don't see it as a energetic play if you are on a cliff. Your dense trauma body will show you real quick if you fall off that cliff who's in charge, but you are an understanding here. Stay in your energetics. Look at everything as an energetic play. We are Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, and we have channeled. See the dance, the delineation points in your universe, where you have that opportunity to go, screw you, Bob, F you, Bob. I love you, Bob. I'm not going to worry about what you say. Who pissed in your Cheerios? I'm going to go do my TPS report for you, hand it back to you with a smile, and say, I love you, so to speak. You may not want to tell Bob I love you when you hand it to him. He is your boss, and that could be a little awkward. But you are an understanding of how the universe works, and you are loving Bob from inside and afar, of course, and hoping that his universe gets better and he stops getting so angry about everything. That you do not need to own Bob's anger. Own your own energetics. Do not let what other people's frames are throwing at you. Stick to your frame and become you. When somebody is throwing darts at you, at that delineation point, you put up your, I love you. I am not accepting that. I leave the room. I am not taking that energy, whatever it is for you. But you do not have to own what people are throwing at you. Your TPS reports suck. You do not have to take it as it. Or you could just be like, I am sus. If I made a mistake, I will correct it. I love you. You could just do that. Hope you are an understanding. This is how you create it. This is your energetic choice. You are creating the energetics of your universe, which creates the physicality of your universe. Are you doing that based on anger or frustration or whatever? Are you grounding in love and peace? Releasing transmission. All right, there we go. 11:10. So if it's 11:10, that means one more minute. If you see 11:10 versus 11:11, or like 1:10 or 2:21, that's your universe setting you up to slow down. Look up the spiritual. Yes, an owl, wise. Make wise decisions. But yeah, if you're seeing like 9 or like 10:09 or 2:21 or 3:32, I have to think about these. 3:32 or 4:43. There you go. Don't normally say those numbers. Then you are right there. You're at a delineation point. Your universe is saying, hey, we recognize this. Slow down. We're talking to you. One more minute here. We got a message for you. So there we go. Perfect. I get 10:11 a lot. So yeah, exactly. But if you get 10:11, then you aren't meant to get to 10:10, so there's not a cycle change, but they're still talking to you. Like maybe you're needing to see. There's something you need to see in order to get to 10:10s, or you might be missing something. One thing we don't end up doing, though, is that like it's 11:11, or we just go, woo, it's 11:11. Look, everyone, it's 11:11. That's great. You're getting communicated, but are you grounding into it and going, oh, it's 11:11. All right, what do you want me to know? What are you trying to tell me? Let me slow down a minute. All those numbers are like, slow down and see what's going on, because otherwise you just blow right past it. Exactly. That's what I thought about the 11:10 and exactly. That's exactly it. You got it spot on the nose there, Bunny. You got it spot on that's exactly it. It's like, hey, pre-message, it's 11:10. What are you doing? Stop. Center yourself. We've got something for you. Slow down. Exactly. All right. Let's see what else we've got in the chat here. Hopefully you're beginning to see this all as this energetic dance. When you're out and about, slow down. It sounds crazy, but you can't slow down. You're not going to push the shopping cart like, I am going through the grocery store, opening up the freezer aisle. No, but you want to slow down, meaning that you just want to observe in a slower fashion. You're not literally going to be like, here is my groceries, and check out and move in like 0.75 speed, so to speak. But it's about seeing it as an energetic play. Don't look at somebody, if they're traumatized, don't see them as their trauma, like, and then feel it. Just wall them off and see them as they are in trauma. You don't have to own it, buy it, take it. enjoy it or anything else. Use that separation and see that, and then just work. But we're gonna start seeing this as an Saint Germain is going to, you have another channeling here. Saint Germain wants you to see this as an energetic dance, like you are in a ballroom, so to speak. And you are the grand ballroom dancer in the energetics of your universe. We're going to get more into that, how you are dancing in the flow of your universe. But right now, we are just trying to clear the energetics so that you can see that you are the creator. You are putting into the wall, you are clearing your space. You are not allowing Bob to yell at you and take the energies, or you are telling Fran to, we love you, but you can yell at your own child to the wall and walk away. You are learning that you are creating your own universe and your own energetics. And that's the whole point of all of this, is that we are putting you in your own driver's seat, so to speak. You are your own Ferrari, right? Your body is the Ferrari. So why not learn how to drive it properly, so to speak, or drive it with better energetics? You don't always want to have to double clutch, what have you, so to speak. There you go. All right, perfect. All right, so with that, wow, 41 minutes. Not in a million years could I, if you would have just dropped the camera in front of me a year ago and said, all right, fill in 41 minutes, I would have been like, you're insane. So there we go. All right, I love my soul family. I want all of you to know that I send you so much happy vibes and how I love Saint Germain, point blank. I may have just lost the live as we just got a call, but nonetheless,